Take your shot. Do you want to win or not? Take your shot. We will always win a lot. Take your shot. I know the demons want to stop. Take your shot. Take the shot.
Hey guys, welcome back to Zcode System. Drew here to talk to you about this weekend's FA Cup final going on in England, which pits Arsenal up against Chelsea. For the second time in 3 seasons, these two teams will be going at it for a piece of silverware as they go for the FA Cup in the big Wembley final after a long season of football going on in the UK here, or in England specifically. So great to have you along for this episode here of Zcode System on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're just browsing through, thanks for stopping by and having a watch. And, it'd be great if you would give a like to the video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on everything we do here at Zcode System. And you can get all of the picks and predictions on the videos that we post, as well as you can go over to the website and you can read up on all of the great things that we post there and get in on the contests that we have and sign up for that VIP. Now, this game is going to be going on Saturday, and in the UK, I believe it's around 5:30, around that time of the day that the game will be going on. So if you are in various parts of the world, you'll need to check your local listings to find out when that game is going to be on for you. But of course, you can go to your favorite sportsbook and you can lay down a wager on one of these two teams to lift the FA Cup, or maybe you want to pick one of these players out who you think is going to score on the day. So it's going to be a very good game between two teams that are desperate to get some silverware this season. Chelsea and Arsenal, both with first-year managers in the teams. Frank Lampard, a former, or a Chelsea legend, I guess you could say, a Chelsea legend and a midfielder. He took over the team at the beginning of this season, and he's going for a piece of silverware, his first as a manager. And Mikel Arteta, a former Arsenal player who won this competition as a player, he is now overseeing the team, took over in December, and he is going to hope to lift the cup, and he's turned around Arsenal since joining the team as manager. So let's take a look at the VIP wall, that is, and some of the picks that I'm going to give you, or the pick I'm going to give you, because we're going to have a great day of football coming up on Saturday. So here we go. We got the VIP wall, and I just said a second ago that we're going to have a great day of football on Saturday, and that is because we are seeing more and more leagues come back after the COVID-19 pandemic and the pause that many of these leagues took in March. One of the leagues that will be kicking back off this weekend on Saturday is the Scottish Premiership, which will pit the top teams in Scotland up against each other. Rangers, for one, will be playing on Saturday. I'll be watching that game. Looking forward to that. And we've got that league starting back up. They went ahead and didn't restart, but just plan to begin their 2020-2021 season, and that will kick off this weekend. And of course, next week, and I'm going to put this up on the blog as soon as the preview of the Champions League restart, which begins next week, the first week of August. And in roughly 20 days, we're going to see a very quick tournament to crown the European champion. Now let's get back to this game here, the FA Cup final, which is Chelsea and Arsenal. Both teams going at it in this game. They last met in the 2017 final in the FA Cup, with Arsenal coming out 2-1 winners. They got a late goal from Per Mertesacker to give them the win on that day. So Arsenal does have the better head-to-head when these two teams play in the FA Cup final. I believe it was around 2001, 2002 that they also met in the final, with Arsenal coming out on top. Now that is a long time ago, and that trend or that game will have little impact on this one. More so maybe that 2017 game will have some impact. But again, we have new coaches and some new players that have been funneled in and out. So these teams have they've combined to win 12 FA Cups in the last 20 years. Of that, they've won 6 apiece. So these teams are regulars in the FA Cup final and regulars at lifting this trophy. Now, they've met twice already this season with Chelsea, and I can bring up the head-to-head here. Why don't I do that? And just taking just 1 second. And there's our head-to-head. So we've seen these two teams meet twice already this season. Chelsea picking up a 2-1 win at the Emirates against Arsenal, and then the two teams playing out a 2-2 draw at Chelsea Stamford Bridge. And if we go back to that December 29th game that was played at the Emirates, Arsenal went. They had a 1-0 lead late in that game, with Chelsea coming back to win 2-1. And if you look at that May 29th game from just over a little over a year ago, with Chelsea there winning 4-1, that game came in the Europa League final last year. And that was a game before Frank Lampard took over at Chelsea, when they were managed by Mauricio Sarri, and Arsenal was still managed by Unai Emery. And we saw Chelsea run out big winners there in a game that we actually expected to be quite close, but the Blues pulled away. Now, it's arguable to, it's debatable, I guess you could say, which team has had the more difficult road to the FA Cup final. Chelsea had to go through champions Liverpool, champions of the Premier League, that is, Liverpool, before playing Manchester United in the semifinals. And we did see Arsenal play Manchester City in the FA Cup semifinals, which both those teams obviously won. Arsenal's win over Manchester City was quite impressive, a 2-0 win on the day for them to get to the final. And it's not too often that we see Manchester City held scoreless. Now, as you see there, we've got the VIP pick, and we've got a score prediction of Chelsea picking up the win 2-1. Now, this is controversial according to Zcode system. According to the bookies, the favorite based on odds is Chelsea, but the calculations, the real predicted game winner is Arsenal. Now, I really like Chelsea for this game, and here's why. Arsenal going in with a few injuries. Arsenal's defense has not been the greatest this season. Yes, they got that 2-0 victory over Manchester City in the semifinals, but Chelsea have some really good attacking players that I quite like. Christian Pulisic, Mason Mount, as well as the veteran striker who's one of the most underrated players in the Premier League, and that's Olivier Giroud. I like this Chelsea team. Now, Chelsea is having a few issues with goalkeepers. Kepa Arrizabalaga is the most expensive goalkeeper in the world currently. They signed him a couple of years ago for over £70 million, but he is in the doghouse, and it looks like he's possibly going to leave at the end of this season. So it's most likely that Lampard will play Willy Caballero, which is a good shout because he's safe hands. I believe he's nearly 40 or 40 at the moment, so quite an old goalkeeper, but still able to keep up with the Premier League and the FA Cup. Arsenal are also playing with a backup keeper, as Bernd Leno went down with a knee injury earlier during the restart, actually, in June, and he's out possibly all of next season with a torn ACL, and they are relying on Emilio Martinez. Now, Martinez has been fantastic since taking over the number 1 shirt, and is going to probably play himself into being the team's number 1, even when Leno comes back from injury. At least it looks like he should be given that starter's position after the way he's played. But I do like Chelsea, as I said, for this game. I'm betting on Chelsea to win this game. They've played well against Arsenal all season long, picking up a win and a draw in the Premier League. And also, I go back to that Europa League win last season when they picked up that 4-1 victory against Arsenal. And I know things have changed with managers, and we've seen some different tactics from both of these managers. But there's just something about this Chelsea team that's a lot of fun to watch. They're coming off of a 2-0 win over Wolverhampton Wanderers on the final day of the Premier League season, while Arsenal are coming off of a 3-2 win against Watford, which they almost threw away, giving up 2 goals in the second half, giving Watford a ray of hope for a win. So I'm going Chelsea on this game. You can check out our VIP pick for this by just signing in or signing up if you haven't to Zcode system, and then you can sign in and check out all the different tools that we have to help you pick a winner. And if you're watching or betting on any of the other football going on this weekend, such as the Scottish Premiership or any of the other leagues, maybe the Korean K-League, then you can go on to Zcode system and get picks for those. Now, again, Saturday is going to be a fantastic day of sports if you're watching your soccer, your football, and then also in the late afternoon or the evening, you're going to have the hockey, the NHL back with the qualifiers going on. I'm looking forward to that as well. And of course, you've got baseball sprinkled in throughout the day. So a lot of great things going on right now. We've weathered the storm of the COVID-19 pandemic, and sports bettors should be rejoicing around the world, as well as sports fans, because this is a lot of fun. We've had all these issues, But this right now is, like I said, a lot of fun because there's so much sports to watch. It's a bit of a smorgasbord of sports to get into. So, guys, I'm going Chelsea this weekend. I hope you have a great weekend of betting and you enjoy all the sports. Thanks for watching the video. Again, if you're browsing through, thanks for coming. And if you're coming back again, thanks for sticking around with us. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with Zcode system every time we post here on YouTube. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time with our next video. See ya.